The story behind A Day in the Life, the Beatles. In early 1967, the Beatles were recording what would become their most ambitious album, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. The final track on the album, A Day in the Life, would become one of their most haunting and complex songs. The song began with John Lennon reading a newspaper. He was struck by a story about the death of Tara Brown, a 21-year-old friend of the band and heir to the Guinness fortune. Brown had died in a car crash after speeding through South Kensington in his Lotus Elan. Lennon turned it into the opening verse. He blew his mind out in a car. He didn't notice that the lights had changed. Other lines came from headlines in the Daily Mail, like 4,000 holes in Blackburn, Lancashire, which was literally about potholes. Paul McCartney added a completely different section, a memory of his own morning routine, waking up, dragging himself out of bed, and catching the bus. That contrast between Lennon's dreamy detachment and Paul's everyday detail gave the song its split personality. To bridge their two sections, they needed something dramatic. Producer George Martin suggested an orchestral build, starting from silence and rising to pure chaos. The Beatles brought in a 40-piece orchestra and told them to go wild. Start from the lowest note on your instrument and end on the highest, with total freedom in between. They even asked the musicians to wear evening dress or fancy hats. Some showed up in clown wigs and red noses. The final piano chord was just as bold. Lennon, McCartney, Ringo, and roadie Mal Evans all played an E major chord together on 3 pianos, holding it down for as long as they could. The sound lasted more than 40 seconds, a deep, ringing end to a strange, brilliant track. A Day in the Life was banned by the BBC for a short time. They claimed the line, "I'd love to turn you on," promoted drug use. But that didn't stop it from becoming one of the Beatles' most iconic songs. In 5.5 minutes, they managed to fuse pop, cop, classical, the surreal, and the everyday, ending Sgt. Pepper not with a hit single, but with a glimpse into the modern mind. Disconnected, reflective, and reaching for something bigger.